she's got to be the most exciting player at any level right now to watch. I think, in my opinion. I know I watch every single game every time it's on TV. So she's one of a kind, really.
What's this process been like for you? Without being able to do a lot of the work that you thought you would probably do in this NFL draft
It's still been fun. Just training. I'm out in California, so I'm meeting a bunch of guys. Getting to interact with them, hear their experiences from their respective colleges. And just talking to different teams. Getting a feel for their defensive philosophy, them getting to know me, just that back and forth, talking football, has been, fun, and that's what I've loved about this process.
Are you still going to do like a testing day in
April
sometime?
April 15th, I'll do a workout back here. Yep.
Okay. Excited?
I am. Yeah, I'm excited to be back out and moving around for sure. I've missed it a lot.
How close are you to 100%?
I'm pretty close. Yeah. I've these past couple of weeks probably best I've felt. With my leg. So it's been good.
I think I've seen you posted a few DB workouts.
Yeah.
So I guess how much are you able to do right now, relative to 100%?
Yeah, I'm kind of just easing into it right now. Just the DB drills. I started that last week. So I'm just easing into it right now. Just trying to get knock the rust off a little bit. So it's been good so far.
Cooper, did you have a favorite NFL team growing up?
I watched a bunch of guys. So it was more players for me. It was more offensive. Guys like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. I love watching those guys play. Adrian Peterson. And now, even now, just watching the guys in the league is really fun. So.
There's been talk of you playing safety as opposed to corner. Do you want to play corner? Is that what you'll tell teams, or like?
Yeah,
what you're thinking?
I believe I can play corner. I feel like, my ability, I can do that, speed and size wise. But I feel like I also have the athleticism to play, multiple different positions. So at the end of the day, it's just about playing football. And finding the ball, stopping the other team from scoring. So.
How much have you heard the name Jason Sehorn during this process?
I've heard it a lot. There's especially at the facility I train. There's quite a few NFL guys who train there, and some of the guys even call me that, like, not even by my name. So it's kind of funny, but it's cool.
Well, Riley was asked kind of the same questions last year. Have NFL teams kind of told you we see you as a corner? Has that been the thought?
Yeah, there's been a few teams that have, yeah, and then there's been a few teams who see me other places. Some team think I can play multiple positions. Most teams think I can play multiple positions, which is to my benefit, I think.
What are you hoping to run in the 40? What do you think you can run?
I don't know if I can fast. Hopefully, yeah. I just want to get back and be running full speed and be able to run fast again. Yeah, I miss just doing all that stuff, running, moving around, doing drills, being able to train on the field. So,
can you speak to how torn you were about this whole process, about maybe staying for another year? Because I know you were really thinking, you thought hard about
yeah, it was tough for me. Because this place is like one of a kind. This is my dream school where I wanted to play ever since I was a little kid. So, and then with the injury, not getting to end it how I wanted to end my career, it was tough. I had, long conversations with coaches. Had to talk to my family quite a bit. I was literally crying and talking to Coach Parker about the whole deal, because I didn't know what to do, But I feel like right now this is the best decision for me.
Who'd you lean on?
Really, my family.
Did a couple swings, angle routes. Did a little pat and go, a couple seams. It was nice. Like I said, just it's like I was playing backyard football again. You know, my brother's throwing me a ball or something like that, just because, you know, my whole 6 years here, I think I touched a ball once, and that was against Ohio State when I scored. But yeah, so it was fun. It was a good time, and had some of the guys watch the routes, and I'm kind of curious. I was like, "How do you think I did?" And they're like, "Dude, he looks like you've been playing fullback your whole life." So it was good to hear, because I had no idea. I was just out there, you know. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So do you prefer having your hand on the ground, like on the line of scrimmage, or off, if you have your numbers at this point?
Yeah, for offensive wise, or what, or just anywhere?
Yeah.
I don't care, to be honest. Yeah, I'm that type of guy. Like I said, just wherever you want to put me, I'll play. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
So all these guys have been like telling us about going to Florida and all these different places.
Yeah.
Where are you training at?
Here, good old Iowa, baby. Come on now. I love this place. It was you know, my agent gave me the opportunity to go to Florida and kind of go train with Logan Lee, or stay here. So Coach Braithwaite's like one of the biggest mentors in my life, and I know he knows my body very well, knows how I operate, and I have so much trust in him, like the most amount of trust you can have in a person. So that was kind of the selling point for me, and I knew they were going to do everything they can for me to be successful. So that's why I stayed here and trained.
So what did you test today? You were talking about fullback. You did some fullback.
I did some fullback stuff. Yeah, I ran some routes. Yeah, no, I tested pretty well. Actually PR'd in my vertical, which was nice. PR'd in that. Guess I had some PRs and other things too. But yeah, the fullback stuff was a lot of fun. Just kind of catching balls out of the backfield, and yeah.
You trying to pull a Parker Hussey here or what?
I don't. I hope so. You know, I don't really. Yeah, I really wouldn't. You know, like I said, I've said in the past that I honestly don't care where you put me. Put me on fullback, you can put me at DeJean, you can put me anywhere. I can be alongside. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I just want to play football. So.
One of the cool things about today is all the support you guys get from your teammates.
Yeah, it's.
Because you've done that in the past.
I've been in that, yeah, and it was really cool to see like all of. Like, I mean, there was like 30, 40, 50. I mean, there was a lot of guys. I mean, but there was 30, 40 guys that stayed the whole time, which, I don't know, like 4 hours, which was really cool to see. They didn't need to, take up their whole Monday and come watch us run some drills, but just to see the support, them screaming for us when we're doing the bench press, it was really cool to see. And, that's why I'm so thankful to be a part of this program. You can really see the brotherhood kind of show out in something like that, where they're staying here for 4 hours just cheering us on. So.
Joe, could you just kind of reflect on your journey? You come here, you earn your stripes, you're a team captain, you're one of the top players on this defense.
Yep.
How does it feel to be standing here competing for a chance to be in the NFL?
It's everything that I've dreamed of. When I was a little kid, and this is the God honest truth, that my dream was to be an Iowa Hawkeye. And, I'm a guy that sets goals for myself. So, in middle school, that was my goal, was to be an Iowa Hawkeye. And I think once I, get those goals, I just keep pushing them forward, more forward, and more forward. My next goal is to, play in the NFL. And a big thing for me is to what I want to do is to be able to give back to my parents for, because I started here as a walk-on and they helped me pay my way those first couple of years. So, that's a huge thing for me, is to, hopefully make it in the NFL and then help them out. But, yeah, it's a dream of mine, so I'm really excited to be in this opportunity.
Is there a sense of pride in being one of those?
It was fun. I felt like I had no school responsibilities as well, even though I didn't really have school responsibilities for the past 2 years anyway, because I've been here for so long. But it was cool. And then on some days we would all go hang out. We had a pool in our backyard, and I forget what the word is, but when the ocean meets something else, and that little canal type thing with the water was right behind the pool, so it was a view and a half. There were manatees floating by. Some days it was cool, these big terpins or tarpon fish were jumping out of the water. So the setup was amazing. It was awesome. So that's what the day looked like. It was a great day.
Give you some future living plans for
I know, that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking to myself I was going to live in Iowa after this, but then I went to Florida. It was warm every single day. I was brushing my teeth outside, looking at the pool, and I was how could I not do this for the rest of my life? I got a lot to think about. So,
Is this about one of the most, I don't know, can you describe just these last couple months, few weeks, even this time in your life where you're chasing something so big, and what has it been like for you? Is it anxious or nervous, or are you just having fun? Is it exciting? What is it for you?
It's about all those. It's anxiousness, but it's also like really a great time because everyone is working towards the same goal, and you're in the best shape of your entire life, and you're like eating healthy and getting good sleep, and like it's a time when you're like when you play college football, you got to think outside of just yourself. You know, you got to do like what's best for the team. But in like this 2 months, you do what's best for you, which is like the one time I've like all of us in this process have ever really got to do that. You know, so for like 2 months, you're focusing completely on yourself, which is something that we all haven't done before, which is it's pretty cool. It was a good time.
Are you doing this with some of the other Iowa guys, or are you doing it with guys from other schools, or I mean, who are you going through this process with right now?
When I was out in Florida,
Yeah.
it was dudes from all over the place. But then about like 2 weeks ago, I came in here and met back up with all the other guys who were other places and some guys who were here, and we all got to train together again for like the past 2 weeks, which was fun as well.
How do you deal with like the pressure of knowing that, hey, you have this one pro day to really showcase your abilities?
Just like kind of think about how this is like what I've been doing for like my whole entire life. You know, like my whole life I've been playing football and running routes and catching the ball, and today's just a day for people to watch it. People have been watching me out on Kinnick with like 70,000 people, a bunch of scouts. It's kind of like the same thing.
Thanks, Nico.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nico.
Thank you.
No, I know it's been a minute since we talked to you. What was last season like for you overall?
Yeah, it was a lot of maturing for me as a human. I would say, just learning from my mistakes and moving on and growing to be a better person. So, but it was a lot of maturing, but also just I got to kind of find out what my purpose kind of without football in a way. But I was still in here, helping out the young guys and in the film room and meeting with the team, and I did everything, but I wasn't out there on Saturdays. So
Can you speak to what you maybe realized in that time when you talk about your purpose outside of football? What some of those things are that you're realizing?
I really got closer. My relationship with God and Jesus Christ really grew to that time. Just a lot of trials and tribulations, and I had to just keep my faith and keep my faith in God. But it was really just eye-opening, I'd say. I've been playing the sport, 18 years, something, I don't know. But, it was my first year kind of not being able to play it. So, but I kind of just, like I said, just grew as a person, got a lot closer with God, got a lot closer with my family, got a lot closer with my teammates as well. So,
can you just, I guess,
Is there any?
just dealing with the emotions of, thinking that you possibly could be reinstated, and just, what was all just kind of having to deal with that roller coaster?
Yeah, the reinstatement process, it's like, I don't even know what to compare it to, but, you get your hopes up and then they kind of just, dwindle all the way back down. But, it was just, like I said, a part of, like, maturing as a human being. Like, you're not always going to get your way in life. And, this was kind of like one of my first bit of adversity. But I know, God's just preparing me for what's to come later in life. It won't be my first and only time of going through adversity. So, He's just preparing me for what's to come.
As you've seen how this investigation played out, and it was pretty much seems like an illegal, search of things, how frustrating is that for you, given what was taken away from you this year?
Yeah, it is frustrating, but at the same time, another thing this process has taught me is to just control what you can control. You'll go crazy trying to control stuff that, is completely out of your control. Like the investigation, like it was, I could have controlled it before I made my mistake, but, once I was in the midst of things, like I'm kind of just, going with the flow. If I, sit up and think at night, like there was a lot of nights I sat up and thought like, how could I change this? But like, you can't change it. It's out of your control. So I figured if you just take a step back and really just let God take control. You know, that's what I did.
What's an NFL? Go ahead.
What was that?
How's your shoulder doing?
Oh,
Fully recovered?
yeah, my shoulder feels really great. You know, obviously not playing last year, so I had a full year of rehab basically, and you know, it felt really great going into today. And, you know, I'm still, you know, trying to strengthen it. You know, I feel like when you get surgeries, you know, you always got to, like, they give you a timetable, but you know, there's always still more work you can do to make it more stronger. So,
is it easier knowing that you have had some good years on film to show NFL teams?
Yeah, got 2 years starting and then some more film where I was a backup. But yeah, just, you know, I think it definitely helps. Like if this was different and, you know, next year or this year, upcoming year, technically looking back on it, would have been my first year starting. Obviously, it would have, you know, played a different role with not having much game film. But yeah, having 2 years under my belt definitely does help when it comes to like scouts saying like, you know, what's your best game, what's your worst game. So
have you had much of a time or many opportunities so far to meet with NFL teams yet?
I met with my bad. Sorry. I met with a couple today after our pro day, and they had some great things to say. So I'm looking forward to, you know, just continuing to build relationships with them and, you know, see what comes next.
I don't know if this is a question that these guys are, and, you know, show my athleticism and all that fun stuff, but it was a good day, yeah.
Which things did you do?
I did everything today, yeah. Did bench, broad, vertical, 40, what else? Pro agility and 3-cone, yeah, and then offensive line drills, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
How many bench reps?
20. I don't like to make excuses, but I had surgery on my finger after the season, and I was in a cast for 2 months, so I think I could probably get 30 if I was healthy, but, you know, that's all right. You know, can't do anything about it now. But
what's kind of been this pre-draft kind of process been for you?
Just, I mean, I've trained here with Joe and Steve, and just not a whole lot, to be honest, now at least. Like finding an agent, obviously, George Hawley, who's here today, and you know, it's been good meeting him and, you know, trusting him, and you know, that was a different process that I wasn't used to, but yeah, I mean, just working out, and then today was obviously important. I think it'll pick up after today, and then I'm trained for a month, and then draft happens and figure out where I'm going, hopefully, and you know, just try to, you know, keep playing football after that. Yeah.
You have other people in here who went to Tampa, San Diego, Nashville, wonderful climate places.
Yeah, right.
What kind of sold you on staying here at Iowa to train?
I think when I was getting recruited here, you know, that was one of the big things that they told me is after the season I can stay and train, and I was like, why not? They know my body, they know who I am, and train here for free with amazing coaches, and yeah, I think that was the biggest thing for me. I could utilize everything that I could when I was still on the team, which was super important to me, and just I have an apartment, so I figured why not, you know? So, yeah.
What's kind of your pitch to an NFL team?
That I just want an opportunity. I just want to set my foot in the door and show them, you know, what kind of football player I am. I still think I have a lot of room for improvement and growth. And yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is I'm tough and, you know, love to play football, and I'm ready, yeah.
Where have you kind of grown the most in the last year?
Oh, man. Everything. I mean, when I first got here, I had some serious improvement that I had to make, and I think I did a pretty good job with that. And yeah, I mean, just obviously getting coached by Coach Barnett and Kirk Ferentz is, well, if you don't get better playing for them, then there's something wrong with you. Like, there's no reason not to get better in every aspect of football. And yeah, football-wise, I definitely got better at everything, I think. You know, I don't know, it's hard to say. But
what's kind of the biggest, or how did you grow from kind of getting this another chance here with George?
Yeah, I mean, he knows who I am and knows what kind of player I am. And I think that definitely helped with, you know, him making me realize what my strengths and weaknesses are and what I need to work on and what I'm good at, which was nice coming here because he already knew that stuff versus going somewhere else that they wouldn't have known that. And yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me was just adjusting to the speed of the the game, and I mean, the defense is obviously disgusting. So I got to I got to play against them every day, which, you know, helped me drastically improve. Yeah.
Have you had a chance to meet with many teams so far?
Just one, just over text. I think it'll hopefully start picking up soon after. I mean, today was obviously important. You know, I had to have decent numbers to, you know, show, and I think I did. I did pretty good, so hopefully it starts picking up soon, yeah.
All right, thanks, I appreciate it.
Thank you.